Well, guys, I feel like I owe you an update. It's uh, it's been a month since I posted my last video, and things have gotten they've gone a little bit backwards. Uh, as you see, the car's torn apart again, only because over here, when I was trying to build a BMS for this thing, I popped a bunch of fuses. So every pin you see here has a fuse on it. And what happened was, when I was doing my little DIY BMS, which didn't work, so I'm not going to show you, I shorted out some of these connections, and under here there's a little small ceramic fuse, and I wasn't going to take the whole car apart and fix this, but I figured I better take it apart. Well, the car's like 80% done, and before it's 100% done, I better take it apart and fix it. So these are just little silicone little caps that were just dropped on here, and then they became hard. And I just used a pick. Let me see here. I used this guy. I used this guy right there, and I just went around and then just went around that way and went around that way. And be careful not to short these out here. And I popped that silicone thing off. Let me take this cover off over here, and I'll show you what I did over here on this one. Yeah, I don't think I popped any fuses on this battery, but this one here, I'm pretty sure I did. Come on. Yeah. All right. This is the battery that sits in front of the lengthwise in the engine bay. Now, some of you guys are not going to be impressed, but oh well. Oh, shit! I didn't fix any of these either. Let me get back to you. Okay, so here we have, this is the front battery of the car, and like I said before, as I was building this BMS, which didn't work, I popped a couple of these fuses right here, like one of these fuses, or I think that like 4 or 5 of them, I think. But to figure out which one I did popped, I have to measure the voltage on each one of these pins and see which one it actually affected. First, you measure the full battery voltage pack. So you need to find the negative post. So I have my positive lead and I have my negative lead. I'm going right to the battery post. One over there, one over here, 110 volts. Now, if the polarity was reversed, it would be a negative sign there. Get over there. See? Negative 110. So I know that this is positive, and I know this is negative. So I'm going to clip on my negative lead there. And I'm just going to measure every single pin. These pins are connected directly to each cell. So there's 0 volts here because this post is physically connected to this cell, the negative side of this cell. This is the positive side of the cell, and it's 3.9 volts. If I go down here, it should be 7.9. That's double. If I go here, It's 3.9. What? Oh, sorry. Scratch that. I need to find the negative, the most negative pin of this series here. And if I click on the very first one, which is the closest, I get 0. If I click on the next one, that's 3.9, which is this one here. So if I, just to verify, I could go here, and here it should be 0. It is. So I know that's the most negative pin right there. And that's this fuse right there. You can see the little track. And then remember, this is a Chevy Volt battery, 2018 Chevy Volt. So $3.9, 0, and over here, well, 11.8, 12. So it goes up by almost 4 volts each time. There's 20. Oh, see, that one's dead too. This should be 24, or 20, 28. It should be 32. This should be 36, 40, 44, and 48. So it looks like I have 2 of them here. 0. So that one there, which is so that tells me that there's voltage there, and there's no voltage on this pin. That means the fuse is blown. So I follow this track. It looks like it's this fuse right there. So okay, so there's the fuse. Let me get this right in there. That's what the fuse looks like. And to confirm, this is the fuse. 7.8 and 0. So I got 7.8 on this side, but I have 0 on this side. So this side is connected directly to the cell itself. And there actually is a wire. You can see the wire, the little trace, the copper trace. You can see that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a DIY type of repair because I don't have those fuses. What I do have are these fuses. Now this is a 5 amp fuse. I would probably recommend a 3 amp fuse, but I don't have 3 amp fuses. But these can be bought at any auto parts store. Those you're gonna have to wait 2 months from China to get. So the idea here is to lay this in here. Of course, this is gonna be difficult. All right, I'm gonna tin the ends first. Makes it easier to solder the fuse onto the original fuse. Okay, so now the idea is to put this on here and not to short anything. that's on there. Now, I know this isn't the perfect way of doing things, but this will be good enough for me. So now, if I go back onto here, that's still 0. I'm on the 200 volt scale, because by the time you get down like 4 or 5 cells, it's going to be over 20 volts. So that's why I'm on the 200 volt scale. So if we go here, 3.9, and now this one should have voltage on it now. Boom, 7.9. That tells me that this fuse is good. 7.9 on that side, 7.9 on that side. So all right, so that's it. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to go through all of them and then make the repairs as needed. Then once all that's done, it goes into the car. Let me show you what I did with the back. There used to be a bunch of junction boxes here. But they were too small and I couldn't work easily in there. So I took all that out. And then up in here, I already repaired the fuses in this battery, and I made these leads so I can disconnect it and disconnect it to make any connections over here. There will be a junction box over here with all those leads from that side will be going into this junction box, a pretty big one. And this way, at least they'll be able to, let me show you here. So this is the junction box that's going to be going where I showed you in the back in the trunk. And these are the connectors that connect into the lead that's coming off the battery now. And the idea is to have, you know, something like this, then have a whole bunch of these, and then wire individually each single one into each terminal block. This way I can come in, check with the voltmeter, check the cells with using my voltmeter until I get a proper BMS made. But at least all the leads will be here, and if I need to make any changes, I can just disconnect it here without having any live wires. So that's what I'm working on now. So once that's all done, I can finish the trunk up, and this is for the power steering line. But that's a future video. But in the meantime, this is what I'm working on. Sorry guys for the long video, like for not posting any videos. You know, life gets in the way, family, kids. It's summertime here, so there's all kinds of summer activities to be done. So the car will wait until priorities get done first. So hopefully guys, I'll have more videos coming, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. But again, not much to see. This is typical, you know, you do a project like this, so you got to expect, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back sort of thing. But I know it works. I know we had the 48 volt battery. We moved the car up and down, and that was, it proved everything worked. Oh, and another reason why I took all this apart was to get into here, into the inverter. I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned that the reverse had more power than forward. Well, that was because I had MG1 and 2, or 2 and 1, whatever, reversed. I think there's a difference. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a difference here. in North America, the control wiring is on this side, and the, you know, the connections for the air conditioner and the I think the DC to DC converter on this side. And remember, this is a 450. This is a 450H inverter from a 2007, I think. So I'm not 100% sure which one's MG1 and which one's MG2, or MG2 or MG1. I don't know. All I know is now is the connection on the right side, on the passenger side of the transmission, goes to here. So I guess that's MG2. And this is MG1. Because that goes there, goes under there, comes out, and it goes to the driver's side. I switched this around, and now with the wheels up in the air, in drive, the car spins much faster than reverse. So I'm pretty sure I got this one licked. But to reach this, I had to take everything apart. So to take everything apart, I might as well fix those leads off the battery. Hopefully all that makes sense. Whew, that was a mouthful. So anyways, guys, if you're using that in North America, this one goes to the passenger side. This one goes to the driver's side connections. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching.